Right now, a Sauk County man says he will drain an entire lake if no one buys it from him first, leaving other property owners nearby in limbo.
And a pair of new bills circulating in the state legislature could mean changes to how you go about buying alcohol in the state.
Plus, police are searching for the people responsible for doing this to a golf course in Rock County, causing thousands of dollars in damage.
From the Channel3000.com Alert Center, this is News 3 Now at 6.
Thank you for joining us tonight. We will have those stories in just a few minutes.
Yeah, everybody's been complaining about the cool. Well, it is going to warm up, but worth keeping an eye on as we look at the forecast. Milder weather is on the way. It comes with a bit of a trade-off, a chance for more showers and storms.
Let's check your first alert forecast with Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti.
Well, there are plenty of clouds around. Those will continue for tonight, bringing us some rain chances. You can see the widespread cloud cover. Some of that is from thunderstorms that are well to the south down towards St. Louis. But the rain area is shifting to the north into southern Wisconsin right now, raining across the western portions of our viewing area where temperatures are in the upper 40s and low 50s. Here in Madison, we're in the low 50s. By tomorrow morning, temperatures will be in the upper 40s, but the rain will come to an end. We'll turn windy and milder for tomorrow with a high of 77. That's your News 3 Now First Alert forecast.
Gary, thank you. The State Department of Health Services is warning people about a multi-state salmonella outbreak linked to a certain Del Monte vegetable tray. To date, there have been 3 cases in Wisconsin and 1 in Minnesota. In these cases, the trays were sold at Quick Trip gas stations, but they are also sold elsewhere. The City of Beloit Police Department is sharing new video today of 2 people who were spotted looking into cars. This doorbell video was taken overnight. It comes just 2 days after different surveillance video was shared of 2 people going through a parked car in a driveway on Cleveland Street. Police are asking for help identifying them.
And look at the damage in Rock County. Police are looking for people responsible for tearing up this golf course, causing thousands of dollars in damage. It happened at Bass Creek Golf Course over the weekend. Employees there say they don't have any video of the incident. They are relying on any tips you might have as to who may have done it. They say they're dealing with thousands of dollars in damages. The Madison Mallards are cutting ties with a fast food restaurant on an upcoming ballpark promotion. Last week, the Mallards posted on Facebook they would partner with Chick-fil-A, which has gotten attention in the past for its stances in support of anti-LGBTQ groups. The comments on that Facebook post were critical of that partnership, and today the team ended it, saying they made a mistake in not realizing its negative impact. The team says it intends for the Duck Pond to be a place where everyone feels welcome.
Expanding the ways you can buy and sell alcohol in Wisconsin is the goal of 2 new proposals at the state capitol. Rose Schmidt joins us now to explain. Rose?
Well, if you've ever wanted to buy alcohol through an app and have it delivered to your front door, your time could be coming. Or maybe you've wished you could buy liquor through curbside pickup at a grocery store. The 2 bills aiming to give you these options are still in their early stages and have hurdles to go through, but local advocates say it's only a matter of time.
Inside Steve's,
we sell a decent amount.
You can find pretty much any type of alcohol you want. But have you ever wanted these bottles to come to you?
I don't think it's something that we could just flip a switch and say, let's go live and make it happen.
Manager Wayne Crocus says a new proposal that would allow people to order alcohol and have it delivered to them is something his store would consider. But there are many unknowns.
Questions about, if you arrive at somebody's house and they appear to be intoxicated, how do we handle that?
They understand that these products need to be delivered to somebody who's sober and of age, and it's got checks and balances in place.
Representative Gary Taukin says under his bill, deliverers would have to be at least 21 and go through bartender training. They would have to check IDs and electronically verify that the people ordering the alcohol are of age too. Payment would be required ahead of time, and deliveries could only be made during the hours the stores are open.
If you actually did sell to a minor, you risk losing your license or having it suspended. No retailer wants to have their liquor license suspended for a couple days just because the loss of sales are pretty nervous.
Brandon Scholes, head of the Wisconsin Grocers Association, has been pushing for home delivery of alcohol, which could be ordered via phone, online, or even through an app. Currently, alcohol delivery is not allowed anywhere in the state.
This isn't necessarily the grocer. This is all about the customer because those dollars are just shifting from bricks and mortar to online.
Another new bill from Taukin would allow you to pick up beer, wine, and liquor at grocery stores in designated parking spots outside, like you may already do with other groceries.
So it's not necessarily a growth, but this is what the customer wants because it's all about convenience.
Currently, cities and local governments have the right to decide whether stores offer curbside pickup for alcohol. But under this plan, they all would have to offer it.
When your 2 biggest competitors do offer a service that you don't, kind of the onus is on you to get with the times a little bit, because what are you leaving on the table by not offering that?
And that, of course, could mean expanding to delivery and other options for stores like Steve's.
I think it's the natural progression.
Supporters say bars will likely not be on board with these proposals. I did reach out to the Tavern League for comment, but they were not available. The bills have not yet been formally introduced. Right now, Representative Tauken is asking for other lawmakers to co-sponsor them. He's hoping for a public hearing within the next month.
A local Madison tattoo artist will star in the new season of Paramount Network's competition series Ink Masters. She's competing against a handful of others for the chance to win $100,000.
Her stardom this season is a story we are proud of, but that's not the best part of it. Jamie Perez shows us why the real story lies in how she got there in the first place.
In less than 1 month, local tattoo artist Janelle Hansen will be on national TV.
A lot of heavy hitters, a lot of people that have been in the industry far longer than I have, and their portfolios are solid. So going in, I was kind of meek and timid, just kind of like, oh man, what am I doing?
Last man or woman standing will earn $100,000, a feature in Ink magazine, and of course, the title of Ink Master.
They reached out an email and asked if I wanted to take part in this, so I agreed.
A yes from her. But before this yes, Janelle faced a lot of no's. On any given day, you can find Janelle here in Madison at the Iron Quill working hard at her craft.
You doing all right?
She spent the majority of her life persevering to get to this point, hearing the word no more often than she'd like.
In 8th grade, I had thrown together a whole bunch of paper that I would doodle on, and I would bring it to tattoo shops. I asked if I could apprentice, and they just looked at me and they're like, no, you're too young.
The no's early on lit a fire for her, and she pushed her passion far more than just skin deep. She would pursue this career one way or another, even if it meant doing it illegally at 14 years old.
I was at my friend's house, and we got a tattoo machine, and I'm like, all right, let's figure out how this works. So that's how we that's how I practiced on people.
She got around all of the no's this way until she graduated from high school and took a different path.
I was in the military for 4 years. I was very immature, to say that. I was very immature and I wanted structure.
Even after returning from the military and pursuing tattoo artistry, the no's kept coming, even after getting a job at a tattoo parlor.
They didn't want female artists at the shop. They only wanted counter girls. So I landed at 2 different shops in town, and the first shop was a lot of sexual harassment and whatnot, and I'm not the one to put up with it.
Eventually, she landed here, finding her happy place after a lot of soul searching and job searching. She would post her work on Instagram. Eventually, the right people saw. We won't give any spoilers, but if there is one thing she can tell us about all of this.
When people try to slam a door in your face, you just open up another door. If there's no doors, open up a window. You know, make something happen.
In Madison, Jamie Perez, News 3 Now.
And if you'd like to watch Janelle's journey in the competition, Ink Masters premieres Tuesday, June 11th. It's on Paramount Network.
Still ahead at 6, a look at your full forecast for the rest of the week.
But first, the Sauk County man says he will drain an entire lake if no one buys it from him first. The story when we come back. What seemed like the perfect home is turning out to be too good to be true.
A lakefront landowner says she is being left high and dry after the owner of the lake says he is going to drain the water. This is happening on Lake Delona. The lake is located in the town of Delona near Reedsburg in Sauk County. Keely Arthur has the story.
From there to here used to be all lake, but in 2 months it's receded by about 9 feet. So where is all the water going? It's all being drained, rushing out here.
And you can hear it. If you listen, you can hear the water now. We have planned people to come over and the kids to swim and boating and kayaks and everything.
6 months ago, Nikki Weigel thought she had purchased the home of her family's dreams.
It was just the perfect house for us.
The mother purchasing the Lake Delona home specifically with her 3 boys with special needs in mind.
The water therapy is super helpful for them.
But this dream lake house is turning out to be a nightmare.
About 2 weeks after we closed, I got a call from the realtor that had it listed saying that the owner of the lake and dam was listing it for sale, and that this had been a pattern for about 15 years, that somebody would move in and he would list it and try to bully them into buying the lake because he wants to retire. And my first reaction was, what do you mean, the owner of the lake?
You see, Weigel was never told the lake was privately owned. She had assumed it was part of state property, just like nearby Muir Lake.
There's no private property signs or anything like that, so I was really confused.
That confusion turned into panic on April 3rd when Jim Moritz, the owner of the lake, made good on his promise and began to release lake water through a dam.
My neighbor texted me and said, is something going on with the dam? The water's kind of low, and we went down and it had gone down about a foot.
The draining has continued on and off ever since, slowly lowering the lake.
So you can see, like, we have a stick right there, and that's from 2 days ago, so it's going down again.
We spoke to Jim Moritz Jr., the lake owner's son, off camera. He said his dad is sick and tired of taking care of the lake and the surrounding 9 acres of land, which is why he's listed it for $249,900. Weigel says she can't afford that.
We asked if he wanted to just parcel off just the lake and the dam themselves, and he's just not interested in that.
Without assistance from Sauk County, town of Delona, or DNR officials, she feels stuck in the mud.
We've had some good tears.
And doesn't know what to do with the 357 feet of dream lakefront property that is slowly turning into a nightmarish marsh.
It's really sad.
In Lake Delona, Keely Arthur, News 3 Now.
A DNR official says they are aware of the situation.
Now, they do have authority over the dam, and they will continue to keep an eye on things there.
1 in 10 people across Wisconsin do not know where their next meal is coming from. That means you probably know someone who needs a little support. Ronald Booker is a veteran who first came to Goodman Community Center with a group of fellow veterans. He says he fell in love with the place, not just because he was getting help from the food pantry, but because he could instantly see how much help others were getting as well.
I'm very appreciative of them helping me, but all the other services that they have, that they help people, and to see people leave here smiling, not so much here, but where it counts, here.
About 150 families use the food pantry every week, but during the summer months, Goodman sees a 15% increase in the number of people who rely on food programs here for meals. If you want to do your part to fill that void, here's a really easy way to help. During our Hunger Heroes Telethon on Thursday, you simply call in with a donation, which will help provide 12,000 meals to kids, families, and seniors like Ronald this summer.
And still to come tonight, Game 4 of the Eastern Conference Finals tip off a little over an hour away now. We'll have a preview of tonight's game up in Toronto coming up in sports.
But first, a chance for some rain and developing storms tonight. Gary Canalti will have our full forecast when we come back.
Well, every once in a while, videos like this pop up around here. This is a bear spotted on security camera over in Johnson Creek in a subdivision overnight. The state DNR says there are roughly 28,000 bears that call Wisconsin home, but most live up in the far northern part of the state. However, due to a growing population, bears are becoming more common farther south.
There is no doubt that that is a bear.
Was a bear, no question.
Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti joins us now with a look at our forecast.
There's no doubt there's clouds overhead. We've been
Yes.
seeing them all day, and some rain is on the way too. You can see on visible cloud track the clouds really widespread across much of the upper Midwest. These are thick clouds that are actually coming up from thunderstorms that are well to the south in the St. Louis area. In fact, you can see a tornado warning in effect right now just west of I-270 here in St. Louis. Actual possible tornado near Six Flags just off of I-44. And these storms are tracking off toward the northeast very rapidly, about 70 miles per hour. That area pretty much under the gun there in the western portion of the St. Louis metro area. But take a look at all the severe weather reports over the last 48 hours, stretching from near Cincinnati through the St. Louis area and then down into Oklahoma and Texas yesterday. Today, the severe weather has really been concentrated on Missouri, where there's an enhanced risk of severe thunderstorms from St. Louis southward into the northern portions of Arkansas. Notice the marginal risk area. It gets up to about the Quad Cities in northwestern Illinois, but our temperatures are too cool to keep us from seeing severe weather. Tornado watch is in effect for parts of Missouri, and also a severe thunderstorm watch out to the west and parts of Kansas. But you can see up here, hardly any thunderstorm activity. Every once in a while, you'll see a flash of lightning across portions of southern Iowa, but by the time the rain reaches us, it's pretty much in the form of just some rain showers. Now, we could see a thunderstorm later on tonight. Tomorrow, the next batch of thunderstorms tomorrow night will stay to our south with a marginal risk of severe thunderstorms across parts of northern Illinois. And then in Iowa, a marginal risk of severe thunderstorms on Thursday. That area will expand to the north and east, and the Storm Prediction Center actually has southern Wisconsin in the severe weather threat area for Friday. So we have an alert day in the forecast for Friday for the potential for afternoon showers and thunderstorms into Friday evening ahead of a cold front, hail, high wind, and possibly an isolated tornado can't be ruled out in those thunderstorms. Rainfall also could be a big concern. This is through Saturday at noon. You can see the widespread rains of about 1.5 to 2.5 inches expected over much of southern Wisconsin. Some of that will be tonight. Some of that will be Thursday night and Friday into Friday night before things actually settle down a little bit for the weekend, and hopefully much of the Memorial Day weekend will stay dry. Live view from the Queen Bee Radio Skycam in Platteville. You can see the camera shaking because of the wind, but lots of clouds there, lots of clouds on the WISC Skycam. No rain here, though. Most of the rain still in southwestern Wisconsin. Edgewater Skycam showing cloudy skies. High temperature today, the best we could do, 54. The average high is 70. The low temperature, 45, is pretty close to normal. And we're at 53 now with cloudy skies and a brisk easterly wind. Forecast for tonight calls for showers, perhaps a few thunderstorms overnight. Low temperature dropping to 48. But tomorrow, the skies turn partly sunny. The winds shift to the south, and temperatures jump right up to 77 degrees. So a much milder day. On future track, showers, perhaps a few thunderstorms overnight. Low temperatures dropping into the upper 40s. Then the winds shift to the south. The skies clear out, and temperatures climb into the upper 70s for tomorrow. Tomorrow night, there could be some passing thunderstorms, mainly to our south. Lows in the mid 60s, and then temperatures will get up into the middle 70s on Thursday before shower and thunderstorm chances return for Thursday night. And again, rainfall just over the next 24 hours, probably around a ½ inch. Otherwise, 7 to 10 day forecast. Temperatures will stay pretty comfortable through the Memorial Day weekend. Just some slight chances of showers and thunderstorms Sunday, Memorial Day. Better chances Tuesday and Wednesday of next week.
If the Bucks are to win Game 4 in Toronto tonight, will their MVP have to be an MVP? Stories coming up in sports.
Hi, I'm Michelle Carolla. Tonight on the news at 9, illegal dumping issues continue in the town of Beloit. We're speaking to a resident there who's experiencing the problem firsthand. That is first on Fox at 9.
Bucks and Raptors play Game 4 of the Eastern Conference Finals tonight in Toronto. They'll tip just after 7:30 tonight. Toronto got back in the series, winning Game 3 in double overtime Sunday night. There was some concern about Giannis Antetokounmpo having what many are calling a subpar game. Now, he did make only 5 of his 16 shots. He had 8 turnovers, but he did have 23 rebounds and 7 assists. Bucks general manager John Horst points out Giannis's value no matter what, although he did kind of pad the stats from Game 3.
If they're criticizing him or saying that he didn't have the best game in Game 3, I think it's easy to forget he had 25 rebounds. You know, tell me the last time someone had 25 rebounds in an Eastern Conference Finals game. That's a pretty spectacular accomplishment. And so the thing about Giannis is no matter how he's shooting or what's going on offensively or defensively, he's going to find a way to impact the game and help his team.
We can get a lot better, and that's, for me, that makes me really excited about the team. And, you know, we got to come back, focus in Game 4, and try to set the tone from early from the beginning.
Now, the winner of the Bucks-Raptors series will face the Golden State Warriors in the NBA Finals. The Warriors rallied from 17 down to complete a 4-game sweep of the Portland Trailblazers last night. Draymond Green and Steph Curry both had triple-doubles, first time that's ever happened in the playoffs. Golden State won the last 2 championships. They'll play in the finals for a 5th straight year. Organized team activities continue for the Packers today in Green Bay, and head coach Matt LaFleur gets the guys outside on Clark Hinkle Field, giving fans a chance to watch their team practice, albeit in helmets and shorts and or sweatpants. The big question remains, what does Aaron Rodgers think about the new offensive system?
It's going to be different. It's going to look different, I think, formationally and with motions and some of the things that we're doing. But, you know, I think it's an offense that I can, you know, infuse creativity in and put my stamp on. Yeah, I think you have to continue to temper expectations in shorts and helmets because pads is a great equalizer, and you just want to see the mental part of it be consistent.
It's no secret it hasn't been an ideal spring to be outside, and that especially affects spring high school sports teams, including track and field. The WIA track and field season began back in March. Sectionals are Thursday, state is next week. There haven't been a lot of great days to run outside, but they still did. Teams had to adapt or, in the case of distance runners, just bear the elements outside. Coaches and athletes say it's not a huge deal. We live in Wisconsin. You just do what you can.
Well, last season we had 8 meets completely canceled, so we came into the season completely prepared for poor weather. And the distance crew, we run in any conditions at all, no matter what. So the worse the weather, the better we do.
Prepared us for the worst, and we're just ready to run our race and just do our best, no matter the conditions.
Yeah, I mean, if it was raining or snowing, we'd still be out here competing.
I don't know how they do it. I'd want to just stay in bed and say to heck with the meat, but
they do it. That's kind of what most of us do, right? But we're going to get a little warm up, but it's going to come with that trade-off.
Yeah, we'll see some thunderstorm chances, especially toward the end of the week when there could be the potential for some severe weather. Short-term showers tonight, maybe some thunderstorms later on. Temperatures are on the cool side, lower 50s. By this time tomorrow, they'll be about 20 degrees warmer, into the 70s. In fact, look for high of 77 tomorrow and also Thursday. Slight chance for a thunderstorm tomorrow night into Thursday morning. Better chances Thursday night into Friday when there's an alert day because of the potential for some severe weather. Slight chances for thunderstorms over the Memorial Day weekend, and then better chances toward the middle of next week.
Carrie, thank you. Thank you for joining us for News 3 Now at 6.
Enjoy your evening, and we'll see you back here at 10.